Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, it's giving late night show.
Giving live studio audience.
Yeah, I mean, I do have an audience right here. Y'all just can't clap for me, so now y'all clapping for me. Let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It with Inea Mashara. Yeah. So, welcome back, Chanel.
Glad to be here.
Period. All right. Well, we have a lot to talk about. Very interesting topic. It's crazy because I just put this in one of my YouTubes. I didn't release the video yet, but by the time this come out, the video gonna be out. But it's talking about making sure you protect your energy, your synergy, your energy, right?
Your essence, your inner peace.
Your inner peace. And I think that that's a very important topic because a lot of times what we do is we compromise parts of ourselves to, either try to make other people happy or we give too much to jobs or whatever the case is. And protecting your energy and being at eternal peace is super duper important.
Internal and eternal.
Yeah. So let's hop right into it. What does that mean to you, Chanel?
To me, it means making decisions with your best interest in mind. But I think that also has to be flexible in terms of what that means, because I was just having a conversation with someone the other day, and it was about a prior situation that happened wherein I felt like someone was using protecting your peace and protecting your energy as an excuse to not take accountability for something and as an excuse to ignore a conversation. And I guess in my opinion, I think where things get confusing for people sometimes is what things are actually bringing you peace. And some of those things may be difficult and some of those things may be hard because they're also for your growth. And that can feel like, oh, this is too scary. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want this around. But really, it's something that's there to help you grow. And so sometimes you can feel like you're protecting your peace, but you're actually blocking difficult situations because they're scary to you. So you're actually blocking your growth, which is not actually protecting your peace.
Man, that's deep. I can definitely understand that because like you're saying, some people just, instead of dealing with problems and dealing with, what they may be going through, or if somebody's coming to them, bringing things to their attention and they might be in difficult situations, instead of confronting it and taking accountability for the part that they play. I mean, you guys are hearing a
word.
I feel like you're hearing this a lot in my messages. Accountability, being real with self, But anyways, instead of doing that, they just kind of run and say, I'm just protecting my peace because they don't want to deal with it. Is that where you're going with that?
Yeah.
I've been there. I feel that. So what happened, if you care to share?
I mean, it's a situation I feel like you know parts of it because it was kind of going on when we first started talking with a former friend of mine. That situation.
I wasn't sure if you was talking about your former friend or your ex.
Friend. Yeah, and it's like, and then I also felt affirmed in that was happening because I was also not the only person that happened to with said person.
I feel like that's a form of manipulation in the way that you're saying, like, with me knowing kind of the background. Yeah. I feel like that is a big form of manipulation and just lack of accountability and wanting to be able to work and deal through like different situations. I don't necessarily want to say confrontation like rah, but like confrontation instead is like you put it back on the other person and just be like, I'm protecting my peace. Yeah, I gotta deal with this. So what did it make you?
Which I found confusing because I feel like I'm a very good friend. I feel like I show up for people. I feel like I'm very kind, and I feel like we had a closeness, and I knew what my position was in this person's life, and so I didn't really understand how you feel like shutting me out is part of protecting your peace and is somehow improving your life, because I was like, I know what I was to you. Yeah. So I found that confusing how you feel like not fixing things with me is somehow protecting your peace, because I know that this was difficult for you as well. So I didn't understand that.
Just running away, that fight or flight. You either fighting me, and it's crazy because a lot of times we just kind of associate that with relationships, but that sure enough can happen in a friendship too. So that's interesting. How is all of that making you feel like when you heard her say, "Oh, I just need to protect my peace," instead of owning it and trying to work through the friendship when you've been nothing but good to this person?
Well, yeah, it made me feel confused because I was like, part of, like, we can't exist by ourselves. We need community. We need friends. We need a circle. We need people close to us that we can trust. As much as we try to act like I don't need nobody. We do. We need people. And so I was confused by the idea, like what I said earlier, I'm confused by how you're protecting your peace by alienating one of the people closest to you. Yeah. And it also just made me feel like very unappreciated because I was just like, are you so scared of taking accountability that it's more important than our friendship? The answer was yeah.
Whew. That's deep. When was that? Like, when did this happen like that?
I mean, it started in March.
No, I mean, like, you realizing, like, this whole protecting your peace, I feel like that part is new.
I feel like it rubbed me the wrong way the first time it was said, which is maybe halfway through. After some time, some months and months and months had gone by without it being resolved. Yeah. And so that was the point where I start pressing, like, what is going on? Is this ever going to happen? Do you actually want to resolve this? Yeah. And the response was, well, I need to take care of me and I need to take care of myself. And also, like, I don't know, I don't want to say too much, but I really didn't appreciate a statement that was made that was like, I'm trying to prioritize myself for the first time in my life. And I was like, girl.
Oh my God.
Girl, no, you're not. This sounds
very familiar to some shit I done fucking dealt with. That's like, crazy.
You feel like this is the first time you're ever prioritizing yourself. I was like, girl, no, it's not. It's not the first time. You are prioritizing you. I was like, and so it's just like you're trying to make it like this big, like, I'm for the first time trying to make things about me, and I'm just like,
you've been making it about you.
Yeah, like, this is not. You have not just been living this selfless existence for your entire life up until right now.
Okay? Yeah. So let me ask you this, because I know I'm not that kind of person. I try to work through things with friends, or if I'm in a relationship, I want to work through that, like with my partner. Why do you think people take that approach?
I think it depends. I think it can be for different reasons. I think sometimes people are under the false impression that this is how they protect themselves. And then I think it's also just priorities. If you have prioritized like other things in your life, then it's just you're not going to be willing to put in the work for something that just seems like too hard at the time.
Sorry, that's just making me think about so much stuff. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But it is what it is. And now I know. But I felt a little like, I don't know, bamboozled? Is bamboozled the word?
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like,
yes, bamboozled is the word.
It's like, I thought we had something, sis. I thought we had something. And then it's like, nah. It was like, it just took this one situation for us to like literally never speak again. It's very disappointing to me.
Yeah. I can understand that. Mm-hmm. Like everything you're saying, I can associate it with, I can associate it with literally situations of, specific person. But that is, I don't know, that I feel like that shit sucks. And
what is really happening? I think that's like a lesson I feel like I have to continuously learn.
People don't give a fuck.
People don't give a fuck. Also, it's not only that people don't give a fuck, but people also don't give a fuck like they really want to make you believe that they give a fuck. It's like
it's the victimization for me. Like, people for every action there is a reaction. That is a law of the universe. There's never going to be something that is done that doesn't have a reaction. And the thing is, people, they will do stuff and they will put themselves in situations with you or whatever, wherever y'all relationship goes. And then when it's time to deal with the consequences of it, which may mean, okay, now we got to work our way out of this, whether it's a relationship or a friendship, now I'm the victim. Yeah. And it's like, no, you put yourself here, you know, by your ego and your pride. You put us here. While I was trying to be a good person, you put us here. And now when it's hard and I'm feeling some way and now we're just not in a good space, what I'm getting from you is like, but it doesn't matter to me because I still care about you. I want to work through it. Now when we got to work through it and you have to confront what you have done, it's an issue. And it's like, I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm going to protect my peace, AKA I'm going to run from it, and I'm going to play victim. No. And the problem this is the problem with that. You know, and I'm so grateful I don't have that kind of mindset. I'm going to be like, I don't say that kind of stuff too often, but I'm actually very grateful I don't have a fight or flight mindset, and I don't have a hard time taking accountability. Because people think that I'm just going to leave this situation, this friendship, this relationship, and pretend like I didn't do anything and that it wasn't what it really was. And I'm going to go somewhere else instead of fixing this with somebody who really gives a fuck about me, with someone who is actually genuine and who actually cares about me. I'd rather just leave that and go start all over with new friends. Yeah. Go start all over with a new relationship. Lack of appreciation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're going to continue to deal with the same stuff until you learn how to deal with it. And I hope you don't run into someone else who is actually like you. Because you got the patient people. My patience do run thin after a while. But regardless, I am very patient about things for a minute. But it's like you got people who are more patient and willing to work with you because they really they genuinely give a fuck about you. And then you have people that you going to do that shit to and watch how that shit just blow up because you met your match, literally. I feel like there's two types of meet your match. The first type of meet your match is you met someone who is also literally like you, and the other one is you met someone who's going to let you know, hey, I get all that shit, but that's not happening over here. Yeah. You're gonna have to take some accountability over here, and that's a hard pill for some people to swallow. So they rather go deal with people who kind of let them do what they want.
Yeah. And that was kind of what my therapist had to say about it, is that I was kind of dealing with someone who's used to getting their way and is used to kind of everyone falling in line with everything they say all the time, and they're entitled as a person, you know. And so the second I'm not being a yes man to you, and I'm not agreeing with everything you say, and I'm not just going to let you do whatever and say whatever, and I actually have my own boundaries and my own standards, then like that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same as your boundaries and your standards. And
yeah.
It's like acting as if yours are the only ones that matter.
Yeah. And you know what else that makes me think of? If you're dealing with people who are only like yes men, or you're used to being around, and like I specifically remember telling someone, I can tell you've only dealt with women who praise the ground you walk on. And it's like, as beautiful as you are, I will never praise the ground you walk on to that extent where it's like I have no boundaries. You know, it's kind of like from a friendship, even from a friendship standpoint, it's like I will love you. I love my friends, right? In my relationship, I will love you and I want to make you feel special, but at the end of the day, you're not going to walk me like a dog. You know what I'm saying? Because you're used to having people, friends, partners who you can walk like a dog because they don't have those boundaries. They don't have that confidence yet. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason they allowed that, that's what they allowed. And what that tells me is that you're not used to dealing with people on a higher vibrational level. Because when you deal with somebody who's on a higher vibrational level, that is not tolerated, right? It's a respect there. I feel like when people feel like, you know, you're not allowing them to do certain things and to talk to them however you want to talk to them, and, you know, running away and, you know, they want to use the excuse, protect your energy. It's just, I don't know, like you got some healing to do. You got some, you need to look in the mirror and confront that, because what happens is you push away really good people Because good people, what good people are going to make you do is look at yourself. Good people are going to make you hold yourself accountable because they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to tell you the truth, the raw truth, right?
Nothing but the truth.
Nothing but they're not a yes man, but they're doing that because they love you and they appreciate you and they want to see the best you. If you have people there that just always make you feel good and they just always say yes, do they really have your best interest in mind? Do they really care about you? Yeah. Are they only worried about making you feel good or making sure you're not mad? Or why are you trying to make me feel like this all the time? I think is the bigger question. Like, why can't you be open and honest with me? Why are you trying to kiss my ass all the time? Yeah. I think that's a question that you should really ask, because if you love someone, if someone loves me, I don't expect them to do that. I don't care if you're a friend, because my friends keep it real with me, or my partner. My partner needs to keep it real with me. Don't kiss my ass all the time. Let's keep shit real, because that's what this is about. Growth. It's not about just protecting your energy in a way of running away from things. It's about raising your vibration and your frequency. So, damn.
Yeah. Okay, and switching gears to another thing that I wanted to say. I also feel like what I will do sometimes, as I'm coming to an understanding of the fact that I do this right now, is that because I feel so spiritually secure, because I feel so because I feel like I have such a good relationship with myself, and because I just feel so divinely protected, I feel so empowered, I feel so like just solid, period. I feel like sometimes it makes me a little reckless, actually, and like less protective of myself. Like, for example, a recent situation that occurred where a certain person said a bunch of stuff that was inappropriate. This person, like...
Who you talking about? Wait, when?
I'm about to explain.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
It's knuckle sandwich, boy.
Knuckle sandwich.
I'm playing.
Yeah, so it's just kind of, someone that I have been, kind of hanging out with and spending some time with. I knew from the start, when this person first started hitting me up, like, I've known this person for over a year, and this person did not start being like, hey, what you got going on? Hey, what you doing this weekend? Until I was no longer publicly in a relationship. So it's like, I already from day one was like, why are you now hitting me up? Because I'm not in a relationship anymore. I was like, sus.
They be plotting.
Yeah, and then what I did? I still was just like, I don't care. I just like let this person come around and invited this person everywhere. And I was just like, why did I do that? Because I wasn't interested in this person. If I have a suspicion that that's the kind of time they on, why did I feel the need to just invite them around, And like, I think it's because I just feel like, I'm imagining it as kind of like a castle. It's like, I guess I feel like my castle is so fortified that I don't need to put a fence around it. I don't need a moat around it, But so it's like, I feel like I don't make certain decisions to protect myself and protect my energy because I feel so impenetrable. But I feel like it also makes me reckless sometimes, because it's like, I didn't have to do that. Like, I knew from
How
the
did
start.
That make you like when you say that made you reckless? Like, what do you mean?
I guess I mean reckless in terms of like, if I'm questioning someone's intentions, I'll kind of let them around anyways, because I'm like, well, it don't matter what they do, I'm gonna be good. But it's like, I don't need to just invite unnecessary stuff into my life just because I know I'm gonna be good no matter what. Does that make more sense?
Yeah. So where are you going with that? What's the all around message?
The all around message is that I feel like, because I feel so protected, I allow myself to invite like unnecessary energies around me that I have an inkling that is not a good idea or not a positive energy, or just unnecessary. Like, I don't need to bring that person around. Like, for what? Well, especially when I had an inkling at the start, your intentions are something that I am not intending on enacting with you. So it's like, why did you even need to be around? And I feel like I did that because I was just like...
Was she just trying to make a friend?
Was she, or was I?
You.
I think so. I guess so. But it's like, that's not a friend that I need. If you only came around when you saw that I was single, that's not, I don't... Why is that the new friend I needed to have? I could have a new friend who didn't come into my life that way.
Yeah. That's a good self analysis.
Yeah, because I think I feel like I've done that in a lot of other situations too. Like, kind of, I'll have suspicions about a person, or I'll have an uneasiness around a person, and I feel like I'm not as quick to protect myself because I feel so protected in turn. It's kind of like whatever this person's intentions are don't matter because I know I'm going to be good, but that doesn't mean I need to just let anybody around me. And I feel like I just let anybody around me all the time.
Yeah, I can see that, because I know, like, for me, I used to be like super protective over like my energy and like my partner's energy, and I'm like, why you hanging out with that person? You can tell that they don't got no good intentions. And it was more so like, well, because I'm going to be good regardless. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like what you're saying, like, we can think we going to be good regardless, but when you actually in a situation, you never know how it's going to play out. Mm-hmm. So why put yourself in a situation that you know from the jump ain't the best?
Yeah, I feel like that's...
Like, that does, like, to me, that doesn't logic. And everybody always say, you're such a logical person. I am. I try to lean more into my feelings, but I'm a very logical person. Like, why put yourself in a situation that, like, why do you have to see to know? Like, that's the point of your intuition. Your intuition is an internal guide. It's an internal compass. So if you already can feel from the jump, your intuition is never going to lie to you that, and your intuition is not you sitting there thinking about it. It's an internal feeling that you immediately get. If your intuition is already like telling you like, yeah, this person don't got the best intentions, or, let me back up. Why go touch the fire just to see if it burns?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Especially someone like you, like, you don't need that. Like, you got so much support, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and I actually think I actually think it was potentially tied into the original situation we were talking about, because this person I had a really close friendship. This is like, and so I feel like with that friendship gone, I think sometimes I have felt a need to fill a void and fill that space with just all these new people and all these new connections. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wait, I'm actually solid right now. Like, I feel like I'm actually like, no new friends. I'm actually solid right now. No new friends. Stay out my DMs.
Stay out. I hear that. Like, I really appreciate like the friend group that I have now. Like, my support system is really solid.
Me.
I'm definitely open to like meeting new people, to continue to network, and you never know what stuff can turn into. But when it comes to like protecting my energy, like, my energy is so sacred to me. Like, and I've never felt this heavy about like protecting my energy. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like friendships, dating, family, I don't give a fuck what it is. Like, your energy is your peace. It's your everything. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people come in and out and interrupt your flow because you think you need friends there, because you think you need this, you think you need that. Nah, whatever is for you, and I don't say this loosely, whatever is for you is for you. When you let the universe take the wheel, or some people say like God take the wheel, so many things start to happen when you are not resisting. When you're not trying to force things to happen, you just kind of sit back and allow things to flow, the way it's supposed to happen. That doesn't mean you just let things go the way it's supposed to be. You just let things go. However, like, you got your boundaries, you got your standards, but when you let things just flow, so many great people will start to come in your life. You'll be like, so many doors will start opening, but you have to take the control back. So, word. And that's even for you people who, y'all jump out of a relationship and get jumped right back into another relationship. Like, that shit's so unhealthy. You gotta let the universe do its thing for you. Like, you gotta give yourself a chance to become whole so you can flow the way you need to flow. I know they say 2 halves make a whole, but when it comes to friendships and relationships, you want to come into it as whole as you can be, so that way you can give the best part of yourself you can give.
Yeah. And so you don't get stuck with a person. If you feel like another person makes you whole and that situation is not really good for you, it makes it a lot harder to leave. If you have set in your mind that you need this person to be complete, or you need this person to feel good, or you need this person for anything, it makes it much harder to leave the situation when you should. If you've put all of that energy and weight on it, like it's something that completes you.
Yeah. I need this person to feel love. I need this. Yeah, like go make yourself happy. Go learn how to feel loved by yourself. And then when you meet that person, like y'all gonna bring so much happiness and love to each other. So, period. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
I mean, yeah, but I gotta save it for my podcast.
What is it about?
It's about okay, I'll give you a little sneak peek. I want to ask you about, you talk about like finding your, I don't even want to say it.
Fuck. I keep trying to get it out of here. It's not working. Oh, I just knew that was gonna work.
You almost had me.
I just knew that was gonna work.
Almost had me, but nah, it's gonna be a surprise. You're gonna be surprised.
Well, we got another podcast coming up right after this. What I want to talk about is the art of non-resistance. I think that's a really good topic, and we gonna get into it. So, anyways, thank you for joining another episode with me, with Chanel. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit the post notification so you can keep up with my latest videos, whether that's a podcast or me dropping them gems on you. But until next time, we'll see you soon.